All right, we're live. I believe. I think we're good. Harmack, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I was hoping you didn't forget to unmute here. Welcome to another captivating State of the Streams.
It seemed like your computer was kind of having a heart attack at the beginning there.
It had a heart attack?
Yeah, on my end, it was just kind of pausing a bit, like it was struggling.
Well, I have it playing music this time. I have some sort of free play opener.
Oh,
bringing us in.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I should probably check the audio then, right? Is that what you're saying to me?
No.
My
I
mic's
just had the stream.
Yeah, my mic. I have to sit back for my mic. I found out now. If I don't sit back for my mic, like I have to move the sucker back. There. Because it's so loud. Like, I found out the hard way about that the other night when I was replaying my stream back. But
yeah, that's one thing I learned about this too. With the Yeti, I thought, oh well, you can talk really close to it, and I did, and it seemed like like when I get my game and all of a sudden I get frustrated and you'd like yell like, oh shit, It sounded horrible on the stream, and it was just like, what the hell? And then I found out, I did some reading. Yeah, with a condenser mic, it's not like the mics, like DJs hold, right up to their mouth and shit.
It's different.
These are meant to be about 6 to 8 inches away from your face.
I'm learning that. I'm really like, I'm far back now. Like the mic is like all the way over here right now, and I'm watching the meters, and like it caps, like it won't like ever go. The settings we put in there. When I probably should just back this up anyway to the early part of last week when we were doing the stream.
Well, here, I can even take my camera here. Here's what I've got at mine. See?
Well, it's way down. It's like down here by your belly.
Oh, belly. Well, no, it's really not, though.
It's actually a little pop filter there, too, I see, huh?
Yeah, I finally figured out how to install the damn thing, because the other thing I was noticing on the streams was basically every time I talk, all of a sudden you'd be like, oh, like Scales would say something stupid, and I go, oh, please, and all of a sudden it would just go, pooh, in the thing. I'm like, okay, apparently that little cloth thing that goes over it ain't working. So I had to figure out how to install this thing. But at least the one good thing I do like about having it installed, though, is it forces you to stay back away from the mic. So I kind of like that.
You're saying it's still too loud. I'm going to lower the volume down a little bit more.
Yeah, I would say, just you need to go into your mic settings on Windows and turn your gain, unless that mic has a gain on it itself, which I don't think it does. Does that mic have a gain knob on it? That new mic?
I turned it down and now it seems fine. I just heard it on the stream.
Yeah, now you sound pretty good.
Yeah, I just had to lower. It's my other mic. The other mic that I had to basically up the volume on that one, or else it would not pick up. And on this one, I basically had to do the exact opposite. I had to push it away from me, and then on top of that, I now have to turn it down. So,
well, yeah, like for example, when I used to have my headset, in order to talk to you guys, I would have to have that mic just full blast, man. I mean, just or you wouldn't hear me. And over this time, and just this past week, after doing a little bit more research, just trying to really hone in to sound good, I use the banana meter also, but this also has a gain on it that I have to turn up and down. The gain on this mic is only set at like less than 3, and it goes all the way up to I think 10. And then I have on the banana meter going through there at a -9. I mean, that's how sensitive these mics are. I mean, it's amazing. It's like, wow, you're working with like real professional kind of shit. It's like, it's not like this, hey, welcome to KB Toys.
I inherited this mic from Del Griffith, which I'll wait for him to get
Oh, yeah,
here.
go ahead with the story with your mic, though. It is a great story. I love it.
I don't know if it's the time to tell it yet because I'm still waiting for people to trickle on in.
Ah, okay.
And
well,
it's a story that Del Griffith should be kind of present for. I think what we'll do first is do the drinks of the evening. Harmack, did you come equipped with a drink tonight?
I came equipped with a Coke Zero.
That's Coke me. Zero?
Yes, sir.
Are you kidding me?
This
is week number 2 where you've pulled this.
I'm not drinking during the stream.
Why won't you drink during the stream?
Because then when I start, I don't want to stop, and that's not good.
You're not going to stop anyway, because after the stream is over, you're just going to go drink with your wife. That's what you normally do.
That's true, but
I only have a beer or two during the stream, unless somebody donates bits. Then I might do a little bit more.
Well,
because someone's got to take over for Eric. When he used to.
I swear I'll have one for next week.
I promise. One for next week. All right, I got a couple things in here.
What do you got in there?
I got a whole bag of goodies. Let's see. Holy shit! I asked Eric to hook me up, former producer Eric to hook me up, and man did he. So, all right, I started drinking these last week on the stream. These are really good. Ultra Paradise by Monster. It's the new Ultras that they have.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that they're good for you, because obviously they're probably just as bad as pop or whatever else.
Oh, they're low sugar, like regular.
They're zero sugar. Just loaded with caffeine. So I have this. I have one of these. I have 2 of these. Wait.
Whoa.
Hang on. I've got.
Could there be a 3?
3 of these.
Whoa.
That should probably get through the weekend. And then I've got. I got a couple of Trulies in here that he gave me some Trulies. It's like he read my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But in a big butt here. I'll put these over here. I don't know if I'm going to start off with something else that I've been debating on for a while, Harmack, and I'll let you be the judge of that. Because there is one more contender to enter the mix. And I'm glad Evil just showed up. Hey, what's up, Evil? There's one more contender, Harmack, to enter the mix. Are you ready? I'm just gonna let this pop up for itself.
Oh no. Oh God.
Did you see the size of this thing? By the way?
Hell? No, hold that all the way up.
Look at this.
Dude.
Have a look at that.
Wait, what is it called again? I can't. Oh God, a platinum. Jesus.
It's Bud Light Platinum, and it's like a tall boy.
That's a 16-ounce can.
It's a 16-ounce can. I was debating starting with this.
You'll end with it too. Those things, God,
it's huge.
I've seen you on those. No, by the end of the stream, you'll be like, "I love you guys."
I don't know about like all that. Like that you'd have to drink like, I don't know, probably 6-pack or 7-pack, 6 or 7 of them. 7-pack. I've been inventing my own words this week. I'm as bad as Harmack anymore.
It's a 6 plus 1 extra because I like to go that one step beyond.
Yeah. I'm debating. I may open it. What do you guys think? Is this going to be a poll? Do I have to start? I'm not going to do a poll for this. I'm not going to do a poll for this. No,
because you know exactly where that poll's going.
It'll be 100 yes.
That's like such a hell. Even I would have done yes. That is such a rigged freaking poll right there.
Evil 1976 says it's pint size. That means something different over here. That means something different here, Evil. The size of a pint is probably maybe what you are trying to say. That's normal size. That's what they say.
Yeah, when you go to the pub or the bar there, you don't go for a beer, you go for a pint. So I don't know if like pint is 12 ounces or.
Well, fuck it.
I don't. Oh shit!
It's done open.
Man, fuck that. We're not jumping.
I could have trolled and just opened up a Monster off cam and just been like,
true.
Oh, fuck it. Swapped it with a platinum can. Man, this stinks.
Yeah,
I haven't had beer in 4 months. I want to say.
I haven't had anything other than Ultra in, oh my God, a long time.
I haven't had a draft beer since February. It's been a while, but.
Well, that's because you can't go to bars to get unless you have a keg in your house.
No, I don't. It's been questioned once or twice about getting one, but no, I do not have keg
No,
currently.
those things don't get a keg. They are such a pain in the
You have
ass.
to clean them too, don't you?
No, you don't clean a
You have to
keg.
clean the line out, don't you? Like if you get
Well,
like
when you're done,
if you get one of those kegger units that you put a keg in and it like has a dispenser.
yeah,
Like I was shown that it was like almost like a sink, but you hook a keg in the bottom of it, and you basically have the tap, like a bar, but it looks like a sink around it, kind of. You put your glass down there,
yeah.
and the sink area below picks up the excess beer that gets spilled, I guess.
Well, yeah. There's what a lot of people do is you know how you'll see a lot of people take like the keg and put the whole thing in a bunch of ice, right?
Yeah.
You don't do that. There's an actual easier way. It's you can they actually sell these.
Yes, it's called a kegerator. Kegerator. Thank you, Phil. And you do have to clean the lines of them.
He's got to clean the lines. Yeah,
yes.
but
thank you, Phil.
Cleaning the lines is not too difficult. But the cool thing about those is, unlike the keg where you have to wait for like almost a day for the damn thing to get cold and sit in ice, this thing just runs through some copper tubes through literally a cooler.
Yes.
With ice in it, and it's instantly cold no matter how much you use it.
Right.
And that is like the coolest and easiest thing to use. But then you do when you're done, you have to clean the lines out.
There's maintenance involved. Like, I mean, obviously.
Well, just like with anything. I mean, even if you had a tap, you'd have to clean that inside of that out too. I mean,
you would. You're right.
Unless you want stale beer, but no, they're not that hard. I mean, they're not that hard. It's literally just some compressed air through it is all it needs.
Well, there we go. Because Harmack won't go get his. I'm gonna kick it off here with the drink of the evening. Cheers, everybody. I haven't had a beer in 3 or 4 months, so.
Oh God. Oh.
Ooh. I got it. Ooh.
Yeah, you're in a bit of delay here, but boy, that face you made, yeah, that shows your disdain.
That's foul. That's foul.
That's.
I don't know if I'll make it through all that, to be honest with you. That's gonna be big. Anyway,
you can taste the alcohol in that shit, man.
Ugh. How was your week, Harmack? Anything exciting?
Really not much. Basically just working and shit. I mean, I really didn't have anything huge happen. At least nothing I can think of.
I had Juneteenth off today.
So you're lucky I didn't get that.
They decided on Wednesday that they were going to observe it as they don't know if it's going to be every year, they said, but they said this year they felt that it was wise to observe it, so they gave the staff and the everyone else at the firm today off, and I'm not going to argue. It's, the only thing they asked is if you're off, if you please observe and look up the history surrounding the holiday. And it's over the Emancipation Proclamation of 1863, I believe it was 1863, and then the war ended in 1865, I believe. I'm no historian.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't teach us really that in school.
But anyway, I had the day off. That's all that matters. What's up, Chicken Little? What the fuck? Harmack is not drinking again, but yet he'll stream Truck Simulator while drinking a beer.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Chicken Little. Yeah, he's not drinking a beer.
Not right now, no. But I will be.
That's a shame.
Well, I said next week I will, okay? Next week I will.
Actually, Chicken Little is correct, actually.
What's that?
It was the Union Army went to Texas and freed the slaves. That was Juneteenth.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, see, they don't teach us that in school. At least
I remember some of it back. It's more taught in the South, I believe, but I remember some of it back when I was maybe in elementary school. But
I mean, I remember them talking about. Right, I remember them talking about like the Emancipation Proclamation and shit, but I don't remember.
That's what I thought. I don't know. I looked something up today, and that's what I read about it. But I'm sure Chicken Little did more research, so I'll hand it to him.
Chicken Little for the win.
History checking on the show. Thank you.
Our fact checker, Chicken Little.
Fact checker, Chicken Little.
So yeah, you got a day off today, and I just sweated my ass off because it was like 94 here today, and no freaking wind, none at all. It was so hot.
It was 80 here. It wasn't too bad. Can't complain.
God.
So that means that I'm probably gonna have whatever you had today, temperature wise, tomorrow.
Yeah,
Because
well,
we
that's
get like whatever you get the next day, I believe.
usually, yeah. I don't know about temperature wise. I know weather wise though. But you said you got nailed with a storm last night while you were playing.
Yeah, I started my stream last night and yeah, it was weird. Like they said it was supposed to storm like earlier in the day, and then um as I'm streaming, like this random stray storm just comes in. But it was loud. Excuse me. It was loud, and a bunch of people heard it. They were listening to or watching the stream.
Yeah, even I heard it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
holy crap.
So and then like I guess it poured rain and there was high wind for a little bit, but you know.
I hear Dell got caught in it.
He said buckets of rain was pouring on his
Buckets
head.
of rain.
Buckets of rain.
Like, yeah, that's why in his bald ass head he should have put some turtle wax. It ran right off. He'd have still been dry.
He's probably working in the yard again.
He did. He was clipping some shrubbery. So, at least that's that, when he's typed that in the chat last night. That's all I could think of is I want a shrubbery.
You could tell he's 40 now. He had a birthday about 2 weeks ago. You could tell he's in his 40s now because shrubbery all of a sudden becomes an interesting part of your weekend. Oh, I gotta go out and do some shrubbing. Gotta go out and mow the lawn.
I just still call it trimming. What the hell?
I think that's the actual term for it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going shrub cutting.
No, you sent me a text the other day of a picture of yard lights that were like solar lights. You know what I mean? Like you put them in the yard and they light up because they're solar charged. And he's like, I've been addicted on buying these lately because he put some in his umbrella. He put an umbrella like on his patio, his backyard patio.
Okay.
And then or his deck, I should say. And then he puts them around the fence and he's like, I've just been addicted on buying these things. And I'm like, dude, you're 40.
Yeah.
That's how you've gotten older. You're fascinated with yard lights.
Next thing you know, he's gonna have a freaking bird bath with a cherub that's taking a leak in it.
I told him he's gonna have a garden next. Like he's gonna bring me over like fresh tomatoes next week.
I grew these myself.
Look, I grew these myself, and look, they're ripe. Here, take them.
You'll never get anything riper than these here tomatoes. You know.
Phil Griffith says, John, damn it, I missed the beginning. Yeah, we're talking about your obsession with yard lights right now.
I have to admit, I actually had some of those, but those were like when they had first come out. I mean, they're a lot brighter now, but the ones I got came out, I'm going probably 2002. Yeah, about 2002 or 2003. And they weren't even white. They were like this orange color. That was the only color they had, at that. And they weren't even all that bright. And I swear that the batteries in those things only lasted about maybe an hour and a half before they died out. But now I see like people using these new ones, the newer. Holy crap, it's like they're like literally electrical. And they last a long ass time.
I have found that if you're going to go buy solar lights, do not buy anything expensive. I went to Home Depot and I bought like a whole set of solar lights to go around like my yard out front, like
your walkway to the stairs.
Yeah, like in my walkway to my front porch or my front steps. Like I had like a bunch of solar lights put in there, and I'm like, okay, this looks good. Well, yeah, I spent like $60 for the kit. One of them just stopped working completely, will no longer charge, and that was only 2 years ago. And the other one, there's just a complete missing one that's either been stolen or somebody stepped on it and threw it away and never told me. So, like, I have 3 solar lights out front instead of the 5 that came in the package. So I went to this store that we have here called Mark's. It's like it's a grocery store, but it's deep discount. Like, you can get food and everything pretty cheap compared to some of the other grocery competitors. And they sell odds and ends things like cheap solar panel lights. So for like 99 cents, I bought 2 more and replaced those 2. They look exactly the same. You would never know the difference unless you walked up and like stared at it for a minute. And these things light up slightly brighter than the ones I've had in there. So never pay big money for solar panel lights. Never do it. Unless you have a brand you recommend that you swear by that, Because either they're going to get stepped on or they're going to die in a year or two. So.
Well, yeah, I mean they're solar powered. They're not gonna. I mean, just the solar panels on them themselves will go bad after a while. Hey, Flux just joined my chat. What's
Hey,
up, Flux?
By the way, we are simulcasting here on Slash Streams Live and on Harmack One. So if you are on Slash Streams Live, get your chats in. They will go out on our screen over the air, and we will also read them on the air. You can also donate your bits. There's a text-to-speech option below. It costs just minimal bits. If you use that to place your bits, we will stop what we're doing and read your comment. Otherwise, we'll just read through the chat like we normally do. You can play sound effects in the sound effects panel below. If you're on Harmack's stream and you donate bits, that's fine, because everything that comes in, we've split 50-50. We have made that apparent, I think, last week. And you still didn't fix your damn stream because you're looking at your phone.
There's no way to, I can only do that on OBS. I can't do that.
You can fire up just another Twitch window, couldn't you?
No.
Read the chat that way? You bastard.
No, I wish I could. Trust me, I was looking for that before we went on the air, and no, you can't. And I was actually looking in the settings for the Twitch channel here, and I'm like, it gives you everything but font size.
We'll figure this out, Harmack. I'm gonna get you off that phone.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I've just got because I got to literally lean to see the damn text. Sorry, guys. I know it looks unprofessional, but give me a break. I'm trying.
Evil says, "What's wrong with garden lights?" There's nothing wrong with garden lights. If you're into that kind of thing, great. Ask Del Griffith. He's a garden light pro now.
Evil's almost 42, so it doesn't matter. If
That's
not
more. My whole start of this bit was, you're in your 40s. I'm in my 40s. You're in your 40s when things like that fascinate you, like garden lights and a garden, or you know what I've been into? I got gutter guards on my gutters.
Oh, those are awesome. Though. I got to get them for mine, actually.
Amazing. I love it. So yes, when you get older, my point was that those things become more interesting to you.
Thank you.
Oh, P Flux with the follow. Way to go, yeah. P Flux. P Flux gave me a follow.
She was saying she was looking at trying to find the. Apparently she was following a channel that she thought was mine, and nothing was being posted. I'm like, no, it's not mine.
I was waiting for P Flux to drop me a follow. It's about time, Fluxy.
It is. There is an older channel I have out there. It's called Harmack, but the one I decided to go with was Harmack 1.
No, you haven't broadcasted on that one for a while.
No, that was my original one, and the only reason that I don't broadcast on that channel is because I can't remember the fucking password, and I've got an old email that goes to nothing now, so I can't even renew it and get into it anyway. So I just made Harmack 1. Figured, what the hell.
Evil says he's got lights in his back garden. Oh, we got some bits from Phil. Thank you. You know what? That'll be a drink. I'll take that. Any bits you will send in, I'm not gonna do like 40 drinks if you send in 40 bits, but I'll take a chug.
There you go.
I will reward you for your bits. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate that. As I was saying, Evil says he's got some in his back garden. We're talking about garden lights here. We're the garden light experts here on State of the Streams. We will educate you.
Welcome to Better Homes and Gardens with Omni/DJ Harmack.
Like we said when we first did that test stream a couple weeks ago, I said we will talk about whatever the people want us to talk about. And if you are enjoying a conversation about yard lights and solar panels, then let's talk solar panels.
I have this awesome fern outside in my yard.
Let's talk yardage. Let's talk shrubbery, as Del Griffith called
it. He needs a shrubbery.
Let's talk shrubs, guys.
Do you trim your shrub?
That's a conversation I don't want to get into.
that has many implications.
Save
but
that.
I wasn't
when
going
we
for the
get sponsored by Manscaped, like all these other YouTube channels, then I'll be glad to have a conversation about down south shrubbing.
Get Manscaped and trim your shrub before you trim your shrubs. You know, that whole thing.
Yes,
yeah, you can
please,
do that.
Please. Chicken Little says he got a 16-pack on Amazon for just, what does that say, $30? My eyes are blurry. $30.
Welcome to my world.
My allergies are bad today.
Oh man, mine was. I had like a headache this morning. Mine were so bad,
Yeah.
like a mini migraine going
Causes
on.
blurred vision for me though too. It's really weird. I have to squint sometimes just to get past it. Um,
Time
let's
for new
see. Oh,
taxes.
here's Flux. So here's the deal. I looked at the Omni/Slash channel and it said nothing had been posted for 3 months. So I was streaming on my own channel. That's my own channel. But Harmack and I kind of entered into this joint venture, and I figured I needed something a little bit, I don't know,
Catchy.
catchy, company like, if you will. So we developed this empire called Slash Streams. It's an empire that we're building. So that's why. That's why I haven't streamed to my own channel in 3 months. I was streaming to this channel and my own channel, but I had the audience dispersing all over every channel because they found it live. And so the only way I could fix that was to just do one channel. So I picked this one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Plus, then it gives us one to revolve around, which is
Exactly,
kind of
exactly. But I let Harmack do his own thing. So Harmack, it's too difficult for us both to stream on the same channel. So
nice.
we just cross promote and then that's that. So if you have not subscribed or followed Harmack one, please give him a follow. But
yeah, please.
you can catch this show on both channels because it benefits either one of us. So there you go.
Oh yeah, and you can watch me lose my temper with a stupid fucking bear.
Oh, we got clips. We got clips coming up here shortly.
I watched the clips, and I can tell you right now, if you were, oh my god, I'll explain it when it happens, but you'll understand if you ever play that game and have to fight a bear, how frustrating it is because the controls are so fucking jacked. It's just the way they set it up for it to work.
I have to do 5 more, by the way, because sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Phil put in some bits. So.
Oh shit. But yeah, they're so freaking jacked because it's like they want you to do a bunch of moves with your left hand while controlling your guy with the left stick, and it's like like they want you to literally use the D-pad while you're using the left stick. That's I don't know, unless I've got like a finger I don't know about. That puts your hand in a weird ass position.
Well, don't you worry, Harmack. We're going to in a few here we're going to do our weekend review of our streams. I have to catch up on the chat here for a minute, and then we'll show that clip because we've got two, I would say some of the best ever Harmack clips tonight.
Oh, it's just so stream. I don't look, and I'll let anybody who hasn't seen it yet or hasn't watched it. Yeah, I get frustrated, but you got to understand, I get frustrated for the right reasons. Dying, I could care less about. I mean, yeah, you get frustrated, like, oh, damn it, I mean, even last night, I died like 3 or 4 times trying to get out of this place with my so-called wife, I guess. I died like 3 times. My only comment was, how dare they freaking make a blind guy have to shoot his way out of here? It's uncalled for. But it's when it's an unfair death because of just wonky ass controls, that's where it gets frustrating, and it just seems like the game's like, oh, you're getting, like, I had like a whole bunch of stuff that I could have traded in, made some good coin, and all of a sudden the game's like, oh, you got some shit that you can actually maybe progress. Oh, we're going to send this bear after you, and we're going to give you jacked up controls, and you'll not be able to do it unless you get absolutely lucky, and I don't. Luck is not my middle name, folks. It's just not.
Back to the chat here. So Phil did his bits. Del Griffith says, "Go find yourself a spin cycle." Is that a movie quote, Harmack?
Yeah, yes, that's from The Great Outdoors.
Okay, I figured that was a movie quote.
Oh yeah.
Skills called someone an evil old man. I don't know exactly. I'm gonna say that was meant for you, Harmack.
I'm an evil old man.
Or maybe Eve. No, he's talking about evil. Evil 1970s. He's called him an old man. So Flux says, so here's the deal. Okay. Oh wait, I already read that one. You said there was some old games that you streamed. Are they on here or that channel? They are always on this channel. When I stream games, they're on this channel. I've been streaming Infamous 2 lately. Which I'm almost at the end of now.
But haven't you also been streaming, or do you post all of your videos up to YouTube also, or?
I have been, but I've been having some issues lately because like I have old footage, but it's all like in 5 gig files, and I have to edit them to put in like the bumpers for the channel and everything, and it was taking me forever. So now I kind of streamlined everything again. I got them re-uploaded.
I got you.
Yeah, if you can catch, I try to archive everything on this channel. Like everything from Infamous going on has been pre-archived on the channel the way I'm doing it now. But the other ones that are older than that, like I played through Control, I believe, last on the PS4.
Yeah,
that one's on YouTube, and I did not archive it here. So I'm in the future, everything will be archived here or on YouTube, wherever you fancy getting footage.
The Rev joined the channel here.
Oh, what's Rev got to say?
Just I don't know. What the hell is he writing?
That's usually the
I cannot. All right, he says.
That's usually the reaction when Rev makes a comment.
He says, "Real P4. I still have the PS1. Hi, you guys."
What's up, Rev? I have a PS1 as well. I love my PS1. It's a great console. If you have a PS3, you can play PS1. Did you know?
Yeah, you can play PS1 discs on it. Yep. Not on the PS4 though, which is weird.
Not on the PS4.
You would think that they would have just included that. I mean, it's not
some
like
PS2 on the PS4, but you have to buy them from the store.
Right. No, I'm talking just disc-wise.
Yes. She said Control isn't out yet. Control is out.
Yes, it is. It's still out.
It may not be out on Steam, but it's out on Xbox One and PS4.
Been out for a while, actually.
That game frustrated the shit out of me, by the way, too.
Yes,
and
it did.
You can watch all of that frustration. I was looking to platinum that game as well, but I'm like, no, I can't. This game pisses the living shit out of me. It was very glitchy, at least on the PS4 version. I don't know how the other consoles are, but it was glitchy as shit. All right, Harmack, are you ready to do this week in review on our streams? So
I'm letting Evil know. Evil's just asking, is this the new channel? Well, no, it's my channel that you're on right now.
Harmack 1. Evil?
Yeah, or not Evil, Rev, sorry. Asking, is this a new channel? Well, it kind of is, but it's more or less this one and Slash Streams Live. Those are the two channels you want to follow, buddy.
We talked about this briefly before.
He just came in.
I know. I'm not saying anything to him. I'm saying just to recap to anyone, we talked about this briefly before, but we were in the past doing a show for about the past 12 years. COVID hit. It was a show where we all met in studio. COVID hit, and we kind of had to do things remote. Well, it was kind of making it a tough situation on some people, and just things were, I don't know, things are just right now kind of on a hiatus type deal, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But we're doing this right now because it's a just chat type show, and we talk about whatever. So we can only, what did we say last week, Harmack? We can only live in the present.
Yep, you can't live in the past. You can only live in the present and look to the future.
That's what we're doing. There's no, as far as I know, or as far as it is with me, there's no ill will toward anybody.
No.
Right now. It's just, it is what it is. So, yes, follow Slash Streams Live and Harmack 1, because we stream starting at 8:30 Monday through Thursdays, and then on Fridays we've been doing kind of like this just chatting type thing with both of us as Harmack.
I'm trying to read.
It looks almost like you're doing a line of coke. When you go down like that, it looks like you're doing a line of coke on the stream.
I know. I should just open up my phone. I was trying to do it through the chat, but it's not going to work that way. Rev is saying now that WWE is closing because of the virus. What? No.
They did have a coronavirus confirmed case. I don't think they're closing. They canceled the taping.
I think so. He says, what does he say here exactly? WWE got the coronas. In turn, no WWE. Virals are horrible. Great job. Yeah.
Virals are horrible. Great job. Thank you.
Yeah. Hang on. Now what?
Hang on. Well, let me go to here and
one Jimmy says.
There is a game called The Complex that I'm playing right now. It's one of those games where it plays like a movie. Bloody hell, Harmack, get some glasses that actually work. I've been trying. I got him hooked up with a second monitor so he would not have to look at his phone to read the chat. But here he is looking at his phone to look at the chat. I know we talked about it. It's fine. We'll figure it out, dude. All right, you ready? Are you ready for the weekly recap?
Yes,
so
let's go to the weekly recap.
I gotta warn you. I think eventually when Harmack's Twitch channel ends, when that ever happens, Harmack may have to go get some hardcore anger management training.
Yeah, no shit.
Because this guy is about to lose his freaking mind. Harmack had several run-ins with animals this week. Or emo animals, as Del Griffith was putting it.
They kind of are. If
Emo
you think
birds. It all started when this song played.
Yes. Oh my God.
Which I do not have a clip of, and I really don't want to get DMCA'd, so I'm not going to play it.
Yeah, don't.
A song played in the middle of Days Gone, and then all of a sudden Harmack had a run-in with a bear. I should say this lasted probably a good, I don't know, hour or so. Of a run-in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, again, there's no easy way for me to do this, so bear with me. I'm going to change.
Do what you got to do.
I'm going to change views here, full screen, and here is Harmack's initial run-in with the bear. This one is called Harmack versus the Emo Bear.
Whatever. Don't know what you're saying. Sorry. Trying not to be a dick here, but...
And dead.
There. Kill myself. Because you won't shut the fuck up. You can see what I'm trying to fucking do. Your comments don't help.
Let's rewind that.
There. Kill myself.
Here we go. Let's just
Trying
watch.
not to be a dick here, but...
Harmack completely missed the
Kill
bear
myself.
and hit the barrel and killed
You
himself.
won't shut the fuck up. You can see what I'm trying to fucking do. Your comments don't help. Just saying. Christ's sake.
Great. What do you think about that,
Can I
Harmack?
get up on here or something? Nope.
So tell us about the emo bear.
All right, the emo bear. Well, it started out. It's really hard because see, in this game, when you're fighting something that's chasing you, if it attacks you, yeah, you can break free, but obviously it takes some of your health. Now you would think common sense, well, you're running away, heal while you're running away, right? You can't do that because in order for you to run your guy, you got to use your left analog stick. But in order to heal, you have to use the left directional button. So it's like you have to literally stop running to heal. And while they're doing that, that thing comes up behind you. By the time, if you get a heal off, it's got you down again. You just wasted a heal. So it's just literally, that's like the most frustrating part about it. And then to bring up your weapons, they have this wheel that comes up, which is cool and all, and it gives you access to like almost all your weapons. Only problem is it's way too sensitive. And when you go and try to pick one thing, it's like all over the place. You know, it's almost like you have to take your time to get to the right one instead of like, you know, under pressure trying to get it. You know, oh God, it's just so annoying.
I think the funniest part of that stream was you were like, I can't hear anything you guys are saying. I don't mean to be a dick. And then immediately you respond to somebody who made a comment about you being a poopy head.
I heard that because I heard that right at the end when it blew up and I heard poopy head. And I'm like, because at that point I didn't have the, for some reason that night, I don't know why, the text to speech bot, it wasn't very loud to me. And of course, when you're fighting this bear and shooting off shit and explosions, I'm only catching like snippets of what you guys are saying. And it's just like, all when I'm hearing, you die, suck, poopy head. You know,
well, here, you know what? We have another.
Oh crap!
Now his hearing is going too. We have another Harmack.
Hey, I'm in my 40s, bitch. I that's why I need those lights outside. I need to hear where I'm going.
Yep. Now Harmack had another run-in with another bear the following night. He actually had a run-in with a wolf, I think, too. But I
had not a wolf. It was a cheetah, I think it was.
Oh, cheetah. Yeah, it was a cheetah. That's right.
I ran into two of those. One when I just started yesterday.
I forgot about that.
Like, son of a bitch.
All right, so here is this one is called. Oh wait, hang on. I think I copied the wrong. Wait, I need to maybe paste the new link in there. Let's see. Let me pull this one back up here. I think I had the wrong. I might have to get it off your channel, Harmack, if this doesn't work. Let's see.
All right.
You know what? I'm just gonna get it right off your channel. It's called Revenge of the Emo Bear. It must have not copied and pasted correctly. So.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's okay. I can find it here real quick. It's just everything loads like completely slow. Don't load his stream. Oh, crap. Why does it not give the, you normally have like a video tab? And it doesn't have that here now.
Yeah, they changed up their whole layout.
Yeah, but normally, like, if your channel's offline, you have access to this video tab, but I don't...
Yeah.
I don't see it, and I can't get to it. It sucks. Maybe if I do /clips. I don't know, that second one I thought was funny. Let's see, /clips maybe? Not clits. Let's see, hang on, we'll get this here. You there, Harmack?
Still here.
Okay. Okay, here. Now when I do that, it shows me a list of all your videos. Twitch is weird sometimes. Just takes forever to load.
It's their new layout kind of thing. It's really confusing. I don't. It's neat and looking, but it's neat and looking, but.
Oh wait, is it? You know what? Oh wait, is it? There. It was playing back the feed from the show. Damn, where is the?
Oh yeah.
Their layout just pisses me off. I hate their new layout. Or here's Harmack versus the emo cheetah. We did clip that. Here's Revenge of the Emo Bear. Here we go. I found it. This is well worth the wait.
All right. Yeah, it was good.
All right, here we go. It's loading.
You just made fun of me.
Yes, I did.
That was hurtful.
I don't care.
Like the bear hurting you. Please hug the bear and make up.
Please kiss my ass.
Please kiss the bear on its butt.
Yeah, I would if I could, but it's gonna kill me
That's
because I'm
our
already
barbed
out
wire
of
on
bandages
itself?
and everything. Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah, I think it ran through shit. It's supposedly like one of
Nudgy?
those zombie bears.
I don't know what a nudgy is. I have no
I'm
idea
glad
what.
I stayed.
What the hell's a nudgy?
It's
Thought
Noogie,
you couldn't
Harmack.
hear me.
I don't know what a
I
nudgy is.
I know, but it said
I
nudgy,
have no idea
and
what a nudgy is.
I didn't know what the hell that
Still
meant.
don't know what a nudgy is. Not a clue what a
You
nudgy
suck.
is.
Like how the last one is you suck.
Yeah, that's
So-
kind of cool how that ends. You son of a bitch.
So there you go. That was Harmack's week in review of streams. Harmack had a run-in with
like
an
I
emo
said,
bear.
It would really be easy to fight those things if you could at least just get a heal off. But it's like by the time you get a heal off and then try and turn around and shoot the thing, it's already on you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only run so long, and the thing keeps right up with you. So unless you get lucky, like or have like an obstacle that kind of slows it down, you're screwed. Unless you can get what I found out online is you get a smoke bomb and it'll get trapped in that, and then you throw a Molotov at it and it pretty much kills it. But the thing is you gotta select the damn thing, get it turned around, get it aimed right, so he'll run into the damn cloud, and then
Thank you.
and so it's like by that point you're already dead.
We have 5 more bits coming in from Phil. I guess Phil really liked that clip, so I will be. Man, I'm almost feeling like light-headed buzzed right now.
I knew you would be with that freaking platinum, dude. Damn.
Ah,
Dang.
yeah, it's no joke. Thank you for the bits, though, Phil. That was very kind of you. So that was Harmack's Twitch week in review.
Yep.
He had a bunch of emo animals chasing him.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. And then of course last night not last night, but the night before I had birds coming at me until I figured out how to dodge those things.
The birds. That's right. I forgot about
I was trying to shoot them, and it's like I don't think the game intends you on shooting them unless you're really good.
Yeah.
But at least it gives you the option to dodge. But I did also find out in this game, okay, any game you guys have ever played, if you hit the dodge button, your guy just dodges, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this game, you have to be moving to dodge. You can't just dodge from a standstill. So, and that's why a lot of times I was getting nailed by those birds because I'd try and dodge, but he wouldn't do anything. You have to be moving forward, backward, left, or right in order to start dodging. I'm like, okay, well, that would have been nice if they'd have said that, but they don't. They just tell you this is the button you hit to dodge. Okay.
So what are we in, like week 4 of this game now, or week 5? Like
yesterday was episode 20, so week 3.
So week 3. Do you have any indication that you're anywhere near the end of this game? Because I think
I'm getting there now, man. It's got to be.
I think the frustration with you in this game is going to send you into a therapist. I think when it's done.
No, I have no problem. Look, I'm enjoying the story of the game. It starts off it starts off ridiculously slow and kind of boring, but then it really does ramp up. And now where I'm at, I'm really enjoying it. But the thing is with the glitches that the game has and the janky ass controls that it has, that's the only frustrating part. If it had more of like a Last of Us kind of like button scheme, oh my god, this game would be awesome, even with the glitches. But they obviously were trying to be different, which I understand, but it almost just makes it, that's where the fun gets taken out of it. It's like they want you to stop and fight these things and stuff like that, but it's like you just find yourself flying by them because it's like, no, I'm not wasting my time.
Last of Us 2, speaking of, which is out today.
Oh, is today the day?
Today is the release date. Are you picking that up, or are you holding off for a bit?
I'm going to hold off for a little bit. I mean, because obviously I want to play it for the first time stream-wise.
Yeah.
So, I think that'll be fun because you'll see me die a lot.
I didn't pick it up either. I already... Dude, I totally blew my gaming budget for the month this whole week. Well, I should say budget for my stream, I should say. Because I try to buy games for the stream, even though I have like a huge backlog of shit that I'm still trying to get through right now. But like GameStop, we brought up, and we're gonna bring GameStop up a little bit later too. But GameStop has been doing like these mini flash sales since like a couple weeks now. And so I noticed that there was one on Wednesday that they did, and it was a flash sale like on any, I think they messed up is what happened, because it was buy any $9.99 games. If you buy 5 of them, you get them for $25, which was a great deal. But then on top of that, they also had another offer going where if you buy 2 used $9.99 or below games, you get 2 free. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, that's
50% off plus 2 free.
Yeah, that's a good deal. So I found like, I went into like the Wii U section, because Wii U is like, this is the time to buy Wii U games right now.
Okay.
They had Wii U games like $5, $6. And I'm talking like first party titles. Like I got like Splatoon. I'm trying to think of the other ones I got. I got like the 2 Assassin's Creeds, Batman Armored Edition, and these all have like Wii U, like they use that gamepad for like additional content and stuff like that. And I thought like Tekken, I think Tekken Tag Tournament or something like that, and a couple other games. But like when I checked out, it came to, for 9 Wii U games, it came to $40.
Shit.
I was like, if I had more money, I would have bought more. But my wife is gonna kill me already as it is. Plus, I bought a mic, which I'm gonna get to that mic story here in a minute.
Yeah, you got to get to that. Yeah, definitely get.
I had to buy a mic in the middle of last week because my previous mic decided just to stop working.
I remember that.
My Tuesday stream.
I was watching your stream while you were playing, and watched your mic. It literally was going like, at first it sounded okay when you started the show. I mean, obviously it had the echo and shit going on, but like I want to say like, what was it, about halfway, maybe a little bit past, it just started sounding like a cell phone going out of service. At least on my end, it did.
Had
it was
a short. The cable had a short in it, which I finagled and fixed it. But I had moved it at the end of last week when I had guests over, so that nobody bumps my mic, which is on my desk over here. So I moved it back. Well, Monday it worked fine, but Tuesday it started just having random problems. And then it was causing like echoing on my stream too for some reason. So I'm like, you know what? I forget it. I'm just gonna buy another mic. So I went on to like Amazon. I got like a condenser mic for like $50 or something. And then I got a call from Del Griffiths saying he had this mic from a previous operation, which I'm going to get to here shortly. Now that I know that Del Griffith is, I think he's still here, tuned in. Raise your hand, Del Griffith, if you're still here, so I can eventually get to the story here. It's
say something, Del, or did you go to bed before?
It may be one of the most amazing tales that I've ever told.
Did Dale
on the
is
stream.
Dale in bed? Is Dale in bed? Did he fall asleep? It's 40 years old. It's time for bed.
Yeah, he may be out be out tending to the garden.
He's got to
or the lights, the lights out there.
He's got to get up at 4:30 in the morning for breakfast.
He's got to milk the cows in the morning. All right, so
I'm up when the cock crows.
I didn't have many things happen on my stream out of the ordinary until Thursday. Within the first 5 minutes of my stream, I found a very irritating glitch. Infamous 2 has a few glitches here and there, but I have never seen anything like this in this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and. Oh wait, did I lose Harmack? I lost Harmack. Harmack, you there? Oh no. There's a poor network connection with Harmack. There, I lowered it again, Phil. I'm probably gonna have to just play the clip until Harmack comes back. There's a poor... Look at him. He's froze. He's frozen in place. And I'm still streaming because I'm looking at another device that I have connected here, so I know it's not me. Let's try calling him back. You know, fuck it. We do it live, right? That's how we do things here. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, Skype just like literally force closed on me.
It force closed?
It literally, I was talking to you, and the next thing I know, I didn't hear you.
It said you had network connection issues.
No, my internet has been up the whole time. Nothing went down. It just literally force closed. I didn't even know it closed. I mean, it literally closed all the way. I didn't even see it on my taskbar.
By the way, Phil, I turned on the mic a little bit more. This mic may be too temperamental.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, it's going to take a little finagling. You'll dial it in eventually.
Yeah, I have to do some more of the settings a little bit, but I think
you just need
okay.
Yeah, you just need. Your only thing, you just need to turn the gain down some. That's all.
All right, so let's take a look at this glitch that I incurred this past week here. There was some floating NPCs and more. I couldn't believe that this actually happened. Gonna do this the right way. There's a person floating NPC. I don't know what that was, but that was really funny. I hope somebody clips that. That's the weirdest glitch I've seen. So I go to take a drink here. Anyway, we're drinking tonight. There's that. What is going on? I'm trying to open a drink, you son of a bitch. This NPC just runs up and starts punching me. Oh, and I just took out the evil... Oh, man. I took out the guy holding the quest by accident. Drop the mission back. Come on. And so the NPC gets so irritated, he just walks away into a pond. Are you serious? You stupid piece of shit. And then this fucker comes back and starts punching on me again. And now he's floating in midair. What is going on here today with these glitches? He's just floating in midair on a box. I'm gonna do this the right way. So there you go. There's a that was my whoop, hang on. Hang on, let me pull Harmack back up here. I'm flipping through windows here. There we go.
That was
sorry about that. I almost played the intro again.
No, yeah, if you noticed, if anybody's been watching my playthrough of Days Gone, there have been times where I've walked into rooms that aren't complete. Hell, there was one
Damn it.
where
Sorry.
I would go.
My fault.
No, No problem.
I'm trying to adjust windows around here so I don't do that again, and I literally just did that again with the intro. My bad. Sorry about that.
No, like for example, in one of the camps, you can go to the mechanic and get your bike fixed, refueled, whatever. And he's got an engine sitting on a table, and all the parts and stuff. I go in for the last time before I have to leave the camp, before like that part of the map gets shut down for a while, and I'm up in a different section. All of a sudden, you walk in. There's no desk. There's no like table. Just everything's floating.
I remember that actually.
And I was just like, "Hey, he invented a new revolutionary floating engine."
Yes,
that's right, folks. We
that.
have finally figured it out. Marty and Doc have been here. It was just so. It was so weird. I mean, everything worked fine.
Yeah.
It was just, oh my God. And like I said, that one, I've never seen a glitch like this, especially in a AAA game like this, where you walk into a building, the stuff is there, like you're supposed to be able to pick it up and shit, but there's no floor. But you're going upstairs and bumping into what should be railings and desks.
That's a shame too, because that was such a promising game, and
it really is. Like I said,
the forever.
I'm telling you, the story itself, I think, is really good, but the glitches and the controls are what destroy it. I mean, it's definitely playable, but it's almost like, I guarantee you, when I'm done with this one, I'll probably never play it again, which is sad because I got it as a gift for Christmas. I mean, who'd have thought that, I mean, oh my God. You look online and people bitch about it all the time.
I'm going to make a note of that, Harmack, because I think that's actually, I'm not going to do this tonight, but I think that's a great topic for next week. Would be like, what are games that you got for Christmas that you played or got as a gift? You got as a gift, you played it, and you'll never play it again.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. It could be like, it could be long and tedious. It could not have to be glitch. It could be a shitty game. It could be long and tedious. It could be something you never want to have to endure again. I think that would be a great topic. So I'll tweet that out this week. But if you guys have,
because honestly, I don't have much to contribute to that list.
I got a ton, man. I got a ton.
I don't. I've only, you guys just because of this stream only started doing that this year.
It can even, you know what? I won't narrow it down so much. I'll even say if you bought a game that you were interested in.
Yeah, that I can feel like.
Bought a game you were interested in, or got a game, however, PS Plus, whatever, however you got it, and you played it and you were excited for it, and you're like, I'm never gonna touch this piece of shit again.
Yeah.
So
no, I've got a couple of those. Yeah.
People wants to know what the game we're talking about was again. That is Days Gone, which is where the
Days Gone.
Yeah. It's a PlayStation exclusive that may eventually come to PC at some point. That's how PlayStation's doing them now, dude. Xbox does the same thing anymore. They start as console exclusives, and then
I don't see it coming.
Because I think they put Bloodborne on PC, and I want to say I know the Uncharted's aren't there, but there was another one that went recently. Bloodborne was the most recent one, I believe.
Yeah, but Bloodborne was actually a good game. I mean that
Bloodborne was good.
I really, that's the thing. It's like, even with like the new Dark Souls coming out, I'll probably get it. I'll probably never be, if I do stream that game, that'll probably be the first one I never finish, because as much as I love the way those games work, I suck at them so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Bloodborne, I was kind of getting the hang of, but then it just goes balls out nuts.
You know what? I don't want to go any further, because that game would be one that makes my list. And I'll tell you why next week. We'll get to that.
Yes.
I'm actually putting that on my notes for next week right now, so I won't forget. There we go.
It has therefore been written.
Yes. So one last thing about our stream recap for this week. I did get a new microphone, which I'm still trying to tweak a little bit, so it may be hot here and there. I'm trying to get I'm not used to sitting this far back from a mic. We did the escape show. I always had a mic in front of me. When I had my other mic out here, I always had the mic in front of me. So I'm not used to now it's like I'm thinking about 4 or 5 inches away. So yeah. I'm still tweaking some of the things. But as I was saying before, like my mic during my last Tuesday stream kept going in and out. So I bought a new mic on Amazon. It was a condenser mic, and I was having it shipped. It was pretty expensive. So I get a text from Del Griffith who's like, "Hey, I got a mic from that previous operation, which I'm going to tell you about." But he said it might. He said, "I think it's USB," and he's like, "I think it might actually be what you're looking for your stream." He's like, "It's been sitting around for 8-9 years and has never been touched since that operation." I said, "Okay, I'll come pick it up." So I came to his house as he was tending in the garden, and and I picked it up. And this is it right here. This is I've named it Tray Loader from Operation Tray Loader.
Is that the name of your mic?
That's the name of the mic, yes.
Trusty Tray Loader.
What is up, Team Mill and Monkey? How you doing? So anyway, welcome to the stream. So the backstory on the mic is, and I swear to God, I hope Del Griffith is still tuned in. So he was dating this girl 2009-ish, I believe. And they were getting pretty serious. And I think you met her at a cookout event that I did here.
Oh, I met her, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
I did, yeah.
You know who she is.
Oh, definitely.
So
you don't forget somebody like that.
They were dating, and then things got kind of serious a little bit, and so they moved in together. Well, Del Griffith had some hints that some bullshittery may have been going on in his apartment behind the scenes with her. Some wrappers were found, if you catch my drift. So he came to me and asked how can we prove that this happened? I said, well, I have an idea. I said, it's a little invasive, but I said, we can do it, you know. And you got to remember, in 2009, at that time, we didn't have like Ring cameras and stuff. And even like the webcams that we had were not even really 720, like unless you paid a lot of money for them. They weren't like at a consumer level cheap grade price, you know what I mean?
Really rudimentary. Yeah.
Twitch wasn't really even a thing back then. I mean, it may have been in some circles, but it wasn't as big as it was now. There wasn't a lot of, and hell, like iPhones were still a new thing, and they had shitty cameras.
Oh, man.
So the only easiest way to do this, for whatever reason, was I said, we can mic your apartment, but we have to use one of these strong condenser mics that picks up the entire area of the room. It was the cheapest option at that time. We're talking like, you know, $80 for a condenser mic versus like $200 for a camera that you'd have to put in the room. And then on top of that, you got a camera rolling in your apartment and you're not disclosing it to somebody that they're on tape. So there's a lot of like, you know,
a lot of legality.
A lot of legalities around that one. So I said the audio is probably the easiest way to go. So we put the mic on his PC and turned it on, and it was sitting out in the open. You just wouldn't know that it was on, you know? And there's this audio recorder that we used for the escape show that I just had running indefinitely that I gave to him. And then there's a tray app, or there's an application called 4T Tray Minimizer.
Yes. I forgot about that.
And what the minimizer does is you can list apps that will completely and always minimize them and never allow you, unless you know how to do it, to maximize them on your computer. So this audio application, this audio recorder was put into that, you know, it was put into this 4Tray minimizer thing. So he let it go for like, I think, a week. And so he was skimming through and you know, the audio archive program that we use, like, actually like shows you when the most audio has taken place during the recording. It's like, it's got little spikes, you know what I mean? So he skimmed through it and then found a bunch of a bunch of spikes at one point that was
rhythmic movement, shall we say?
Rhythmic movement and maybe some moaning.
Yeah, you're working out.
And he knew better than to do any of this out in the open. You know what I mean? Like, I don't,
Oh yeah,
he knew
yeah.
better. He
Don't
knew this
ever
was
make
going on.
make that public. You go to jail. Yeah,
All right.
no, not good.
So that was the proof in the pudding right there. So she came home, I guess, and he played this. He cut that piece out and played it. And he was like, what was happening on such and such day and night? And then he played it. And then I guess she confessed the whole thing after that. So
damn.
It was like an episode of Cheaters that was used with this mic, which I've nicknamed Trailer. That is how that mic got its name. From Operation Trailoader.
Great. Now I've got to think of one for mine now. Thanks a lot. I don't have one really, so.
And it's funny, every time we refer to this girl, she's always just referred to as 4T Trailoader.
No, it's not said that way. It's 4T Trailoader.
Every time we talk about her, we always call her 4T Trailoader. So there you go. Now you know the story and the genesis of this microphone. It was used in a very secure operation.
Hey, Shadowcaster.
Oh, Shadowcaster's there?
He's in my chat. What's up, buddy?
You know what, Harmack? I have something for Shadowcaster this week.
Oh, what do you got?
I got Shadowcaster. He's the lurker formerly known as Psycho Chips. You'll hear it.
Psycho Chips.
There you go. There he is. What's up, Shadowcaster? How you doing? Thanks.
It'd have been. You know what would have been really cool is if it wouldn't have DCMA'd you to do just a partial part of the theme to Chips.
I'm not even getting involved in that.
No.
I had to be very careful with that one. Epic intro.
Yeah.
No problem. I had it on my list to do that for you this week because we talked about you so much on the show last week with his with his very kind bit donations from last week, which were awesome.
Yeah. My God, that was awesome.
By the way, I've adjusted the scale at the top of your screen there. You'll notice that it says Emerald Rangers, which is AKA Retro Kaiser.
Yes.
And that is the leaderboard. Because last week it just kept changing every time somebody donated. Now I will probably put something like that back.
Yeah, like latest donation, but highest.
Yes.
Kind of like a. Think of it kind of like I'm sure they got something like this, kind of like a old school video game where you got your score, but you got a high score.
Yes.
So that'd be kind of cool.
Phil's complaining about the sound effect.
It was pretty loud.
Was it? I'll see. Here's the thing. I have to have some audio turned way up. Oh shit!
Thank you.
He donated more bits. Damn it. Phil. Yeah. There's always a complainer somewhere. Always a complainer. I'm glad the Shadowcaster very truly appreciated it. Phil
Every cheese needs a little whiner, Phil.
I'll have to see this app. Here, let me try something here. I can probably do this in real time. Every app you have to have adjusted a certain way so that it will play.
Thank you.
Oh shit, Shadowcaster. Thank you, Shadowcaster, for the 510 bits.
Oh,
holy moly! Now I don't know why. I don't know if it takes a minute for it to update the tip leader up there.
Hell?
It should have updated him. Let's see.
Come on.
Yeah, there's no way to force update it. That's a Streamlabs, and Streamlabs has been having weird issues all week. It'll update. I will make sure it updates for you, Shadowcaster. I'm sorry that it didn't, but you are on top of the leaderboard, sir, with 510 bits right there.
In your face, Emerald Rangers. Face.
There, actually, there. That popped up on my screen to thank him. I like when Twitch is like, say thank you. Oh, it's like your mother. Say thank you. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom said I should.
Say thank you, Al.
Al, manners, Al.
Did I tell you?
Now you just no. I brought you up better than that. Now you say thank you.
All right. So to our no problem, no worries. Just happy to support you guys. Thank you. That really that
It
definitely
really does help,
helps. And by the way, like I mentioned last week, any of the bits that come in during our co-stream, we do split between the two of us. Harmack was able to take some of it and buy a stove.
Yeah. Yes.
2 weeks
Brand new
ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
Well, it paid for partial tax.
It paid for tax. Yeah. No matter what stream you decide you want to put the bits on, it helps either one of us. And eventually, there it goes. It updated the Shadowcaster at the top. He's on top of the leaderboard.
Oh, okay. Oh, it just takes some time.
It just takes a minute. Yeah, I don't know why. It's a Streamlabs thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it updates like right away, and sometimes it takes a minute. But all right, you know what? Thank you, Shadowcaster. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Really appreciate the bits. Now I can't drink 510 drinks. I've been keeping up with Phil's Fiverr bits, but that would be the rest of this platinum can, and I don't think that's a good idea for anybody.
No. I would say just do 10. There you go. See, look at him go.
Whoa, man.
Ooh.
There you go. That's gonna hit.
Oh.
That's gonna hit hard.
He's gonna burp in a second, guys. It's gonna be hilarious.
I've been muting him. I've been muting him.
Oh, come on! Don't be a pussy. Come on, you've heard my streams.
Please.
Freaking.
There's that one clip where it says Harmack addresses the audience and then burps very loudly.
I was in the middle of doing. I was so drunk that night. I was in the middle of doing American Truck Simulator drunk, and I'm like, so hey everybody, how's it going? Like, woo, beer talking.
Yep. Are you going to be doing the truck simulator tonight? Because Del Griffith is asking for the truck simulator.
I probably will. Just I'll let you and Al know in the chat, and then I'll make sure to put it out on Twitter and Twitch.
Oh, here we go.
It decides to alert people.
It's coming though. So anyway, kind of it wants to come up, but it's not. Like I have to let it go, but it doesn't want.
His burp is camera shy.
it really is being camera shy. Never swig like that. God.
Never swig like that. I'd make that a habit, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Attempt number 3 here. Here we go. So last week we talked about we actually, you know, we go by what the chat and our audience kind of brings up to talk about, and we were talking about the PS5, and then we got on this whole discussion about GameStop. What does it look like for the future of GameStop? And a lot of people had thrown in their thoughts. We found out that TP Poker was a manager of a GameStop. We have not actually seen tonight, and he supposedly got a Nia Jax joke of the week, but I did clip his other ones just in case he doesn't show up.
Yes,
and they're good, by the way.
Yeah.
So we went down this rabbit hole about what GameStop should do, or how they should change, or do we want GameStop in the future? Is GameStop something we even want to see in the future? Some people are pretty hateful against GameStop. They hope they go out of business. They hope they never hear from them again. I, on the other hand, I like what they've been doing lately. Their practices on a company side may be shit, but I like what they've done in the stores with the Think Geek stuff that they're selling now. They got T-shirts. They've got, you know, good pre-order offers and things like that. I think they have done well there. But I actually took this question to Twitter as well, and I thought we'd end it on this note here with this tweet that I received here on @/streams. You can give us a follow on Twitter. We do tweet throughout the week, and we take our topics for State of the Streams and put them on there. But the tweet basically was, here's a comment from Alpha Mectech. Offer more digital versions of all games. It appears that consoles may be transitioning to full digital games as the primary source of games, and the disc becomes secondary. So his comment is offer more digital versions. So they should be like a digital storefront.
Almost like, yeah, like give you like a digital code, like give you a deal or something.
Well, they
Yeah.
sell codes there now. Like you can.
Yeah, but I mean,
you
make
can
that
buy
more of
DLC
their.
from them. But I think what Alpha is saying here is that they should sell straight up game codes. Maybe here's an idea. They can maybe find some way. But I mean, this would be up to PlayStation and Xbox. I doubt this would even happen. But maybe people could trade in their digital games at GameStop for other codes or for credit to other codes.
That'll be something down the line. I mean,
Yeah.
I could see something like that happening.
I honestly I can't see that happening, but it would be cool if something like that could happen. It would be something that they would have a niche on that
Really, yeah.
that I couldn't go to Amazon and do the same thing with. Like I could buy a digital code from Amazon too, or I could go to Best Buy and buy a digital code, but I couldn't trade another digital game for another digital code. And I doubt that would ever happen, but that would be kind of a cool. It'd be a niche for them.
It really would be.
You know.
Yeah, I could see what you're saying by that. That makes sense. But I don't know. I think the implications to do it would be more difficult than you think.
Right.
But you never know. I mean, hell, who'd have thought back in the day that that older video games would be worth something today? I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, there's games out there that are worth a shit ton of freaking. Like you actually have the game 3D Dot Heroes.
I do
that
on PS3.
That game, you can't buy that anywhere unless you get lucky enough to find it on eBay, and if you do, it is ridiculously expensive.
I thought about playing that on my stream. Actually, that is a game that's still stuck in my backlog and has been for years.
That looks like such a fun damn game.
I never finished it, and it's actually I think from Software, I believe.
I think it is
that
actually,
game?
yeah, I think so. And why they just stopped selling it, or just they even took it off the PS3 store? I mean, you couldn't.
I don't think back then they had that available digitally. I think it was only on disc. Back then on the PS3, there was only it's not like PS4 is today, where every game that comes out is digitally on the store. On that era of PS3, there were some games you could buy on the digital store, but there was others you couldn't. Like Final Fantasy 13, I could buy that on the Xbox store digitally, but for whatever reason, it's not on the PS3 store and never was. Now 13.2 is on the store, and so is Lightning Returns, but the first one, for whatever reason, they don't have it there. But Microsoft started selling them all first. And I think Sony finally got on that bandwagon. They're like, well, look, we need to start selling more digital titles. There's a lot of money here, So
Chips is actually letting me know in the chat here. Yeah, he got a PS3 late in its cycle. He was at one point a 360 fanboy.
You know what, dude? I was kind of the same way. I defected for a little bit. Like I was first Nintendo. Like that was the only thing I'd ever buy is Nintendo. I didn't buy a Genesis. I bought a TurboGrafx for a bit, but that was a completely different reason. But I always stuck with Nintendo, and then Final Fantasy VII was coming to PlayStation, and I'm like, gotta buy a PlayStation. So I ended up buying one in like 95, I think, or 96. That's how long 7 was in development for. And and like they had so many great games, and so I kind of stuck with PlayStation after that. I had an N64, but I went to PS2 immediately when it was released. And then when PS3 got announced, I'm like, I'm in. And then I saw the price tag, and I was like, I'm out.
Well, and you know what? And to be perfectly honest, really, Chips, or I'm gonna just call you Chips because I like that name.
Call him Chips. You mean Shadowcaster, but Chips.
But Shadowcaster, but I like Chips. It's just funny.
You like potato chips, is what you like.
Yeah, well, don't get me drooling. Anyway, no, but you know what, Chips, you weren't missing out much for like the first half of the PS3's life anyway. I mean, they really didn't have any online anything for their store. Hell, when it first got out, it didn't even have a store. If it did, it was...
You're correct. There was no store for a few months into the launch.
Yes. So really, the only point that the only saving grace that helped Sony with the PS3 was the simple fact that they got their store up and running and got some really good games going. But the other and bigger saving grace for them was all of a sudden the Xbox 360s were red ringing. Had that not have happened, I don't think the PS3 would have done as good as it did, because everyone was just already hooked on 360. They had their shit together, and it was cheaper, and where you were paying less and getting more, whereas PlayStation 3, yeah, it had a better processor and everything in it, but it didn't have a store, it didn't have online anything, so it really, you were paying more for less, and it was like, no. So I'm wondering, that's a good question to me, is would PlayStation 3 have outsold Xbox 360 had the 360 not had the mechanical problems it had? I mean, that's a good question. I actually
disagree. I disagree a little bit. I think that the Red Ring of Death had a hand in that situation, because I think a lot of people were frustrated by the way Microsoft, because it didn't handle it. It didn't even, well, they handled it okay, but it didn't even come out about the manufacturing of the Xbox until a few years into that generation. It was eventually found out that Microsoft just rushed them out the door.
Right.
They weren't quality checking, and then I think Peter Moore, who was the president of Xbox at the time, was talking with Microsoft, and they're like, "Listen, this thing is all these are gonna fail," and Microsoft was like, "Get them out the door. We want to beat PlayStation 3 to launch," and so they did. But I think that the Red Ring of Death did hurt Xbox as a brand. I think that PlayStation's actions once they released the Slim and going forward brought it back for them, because you have to think about it. And you mentioned this game earlier. They had exclusives, which is what PlayStation is known for. PlayStation is always known for exclusives. They had the 3D Dot Heroes. They had Demon Souls. They had all the RPGs that Xbox 360 was completely lacking. They lacked an online play, but if you were a single player person and you enjoyed their exclusives, they had Uncharted, which
they did,
which Microsoft didn't have. They had, then eventually I think what threw them over was when they came out with The Last of Us. I think that game, and every game they were putting out were all getting rated like 10 out of 10s. They were all like amazing exclusives.
Last of Us was pretty much like the last game for it, though. Wasn't that like right at the end of its life cycle, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's 2009 or 2010? Are you sure it was that late? I thought it was. Oh, no. I'm thinking Ghostbusters. That was 2009. Yeah. No, because I remember and this goes to show you the internet connections we had back then as compared to now. I remember you getting this game, and we were at your house, and we installed the game. We put the game in at like 5:00 at night. All right. And it had to do a huge ass install.
Oh, installs were terrible back then. Oh man.
We all went outside, just partied it up, come back in about midnight. It's still downloading. Yeah. I mean, it was because
updates and installs on PS3 were horrible.
Oh,
because
we never got to play
its lack of RAM was what killed it. Like it had ridiculous, like 256 megabit of RAM, I think is what it was. It was horrible. Compared to 8 gigs of what the PS. Oh shit! You got more bits coming in here from Phil. 2. Okay, you got it. I what happened what drove me back was I had a PS3 shortly after launch. They had to slice that price tag a bit. I think they sliced it $100 by the next Christmas time or whatever, and I think I bought one that year.
I think I got the 20 gig fat one for $3.99.
Yeah. But
I think it was.
Here's the thing: when I heard that the PS3 was coming, I was all in. Saw the price tag, I was like, "No, I'll wait."
Yeah.
And then my brother had picked up a 360, and he's like, "You need to check this out." He's like, "This has some things we've not seen in the past." So I saw that they had like an actual functioning dashboard, which was cool. Like the original Xbox had one, but this was like,
huge.
They had a functioning store. to buy digital title. Well, I don't think you could buy arcade games at the time. It wasn't digital like full titles yet. That didn't come for a few years.
Right.
But the one thing that the Xbox 360 had over anything was the arcade. They had an Xbox 360 arcade. They had these old arcade titles, like they had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Double Dragon, Contra, and you could buy them and play them. And at the time, that was unprecedented because I guess you could use an emulator, but back then emulation was different and harder to do. You know,
and half the time that didn't work right at all.
And you were stuck in front of a PC the entire time. This was on your TV with an actual controller, a wireless controller in your hand. So when I saw that, I'm like, dude, I'm buying a 360. This is great, you know. And so I slowly got into the ecosystem, and then I bought a PS3 when Uncharted came out, I believe. But then Xbox had achievements. I'm like, well, this is great. This is replayability for games, you know. So I was getting all these achievements in these old arcade games. I thought it was fascinating what they've done here. And I think PlayStation finally turned it around for me in like maybe 2011, 2012, around the time like Uncharted 2 came out, because they had like a full-blown trophy system. They were getting digital releases in the store. They had great exclusives.
I think it was before that. I know that Heavy Rain had it.
Yeah. And the straw
that was earlier.
The straw that broke the camel's back for me was when I was playing Tomb Raider.
I was
and my
there
360 red ringed, and I'm like, fuck this shit.
It red ringed twice.
That was the second red ring, by the way. I had to send my console to Microsoft originally to get fixed. It was during Modern Warfare 2 way back when. They fixed it and they sent it back to me, but those models of Xbox are just notorious to fail over and over again.
They were too small for their components that were in it. It was just
there's not enough air. There's not enough fan ventilation. And what happens is the chip melts away from the board.
Yeah.
And causes an E74 error, which is, you're fucked, send it in.
Well, that's actually, Sony was kind of guilty for that too with the fat PS3s. Same thing would happen with the graphics card.
Yeah, the yellow light of death.
The yellow light of death. That's what happened to mine.
Yep.
I mean, but like for example, like they've actually proven now that the PS5 coming out, it's going to be big. It's going to be a big boy. It's going to be bigger than.
Yep.
It's going to be bigger than the PS3 Fats. I mean, it's going to be taller. Like if you have it on its side, it's going to be taller by about maybe 3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how deep it's going to be, but people are bitching about it, and it's like, guys, you got to understand, okay? And this is my biggest qualm because people want faster in smaller thing. Guys, the faster something is, the more heat it's going to create. I've built enough computers to know, and this is why I'm thinking that people are complaining have never built a computer before. There's a reason why laptops can only operate so long before you have to shut them down, or why like ATX cases for computers are not as much tall, but they're wide, and they have more than one fan, because it's going to build up a lot of freaking heat. You got to fan it off somehow. Well, these things are going to have, what are they? The Ryzen freaking chips in them. They run hot. I mean,
AMD. I don't know. Yeah, I think
AMD chips
maybe.
always.
I have to look at the specs. I don't know.
It's a Ryzen. I forget which one it is, but it's a they're Ryzen.
Don't spout off if you don't know, because then you're gonna get comments of, he's dead wrong.
No. I know they're Ryzen chips. That I do know for a fact. I just don't know which ones. But they're AMD Ryzen chips.
Facts here, because I don't want to miss.
No, they are. No, I swear they're Ryzen. They are Ryzen chips. Ryzen video card and the processor are both Ryzen. But just like AMD has always been, AMD always runs warm. It always has. I mean, they just always do. Obviously, you're going to have these, if just these two things that are going to create a shit ton of heat. You can't put them in something like the PS4. There's not enough air movement. They'll freaking
PS4
melt.
Sounds like a jet engine as it is right now. At least
right, and I'm sure they want to get. Well, yeah, so does mine. And I'm sure that they want to get rid of that, so they were able to make it bigger so they could put 12mm fans in there. Because
I honestly have no problem with the way the PS5 looks. I know some people are making memes about it, which they've done about Xbox too. Everybody's memeing everything. Whatever. I personally,
I like
think
the one
it's
that
cool
made it look
looking.
like a taco.
Yeah, I think it's cool looking. It looks like a router. It looks like, My favorite meme was when they had Chef Ramsay with that piece of paper around that woman, and then they said, "What is your what do they call you? And she says a PS5. I thought that was funny.
I laughed at that.
Yeah.
That was really
That was a
good.
good one.
But you know, like a buddy of mine at work said, you know, because I mean, we both were, you know, he likes Xbox, I like PS4 and PS5. He's, you know, was making fun of mine, I was making fun of his, and I go, you know what? To be really honest, I go, whether I was an Xbox fan or a PlayStation fan, I could care less what it looks like. It could look like a fucking fleshlight as long as it works.
Oh, wow.
As long as it works and doesn't
fleshlight console. Now that's something producer Eric would buy.
put the disc right in the vagina hole there. You know, as long as it works, doesn't break down and overheat, and plays the games like it's supposed to, I don't care how it looks. I'm not buying it for its looks. If I did that, you know, I mean, what's the point? I could just get the case itself without the internals, pay $50, and there, my PlayStation 5.
I kind of felt, you know, and I admit too, like, during that era, I kind of felt guilty. Like, I've always been a PlayStation person, but then I was on Xbox all of a sudden, and then, like, I'm like, you know, PlayStation's doing good things here. They really fucked up when that system came out, you know. And then when my Xbox Red Ring the second time, I'm like, I'm done with this thing. Like, but
yeah,
I went completely back to PS. Like, I went to PS3, and that's where I remained the last 2 or 3 years of that generation until the PS4 came out, and then I bought the PS4 because everybody knows the Xbox One's E3 conference was a complete joke. But
that didn't stop you from getting one though that you never use.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that. But like I did end up purchasing another 360. I got one of the slim ones, or the black slim ones. Only because like I have like 20 Xbox 360 games that I would never be able to play again.
Yeah.
And I got a Kinect back when that was cool for the 6 months. You know, and the 6 months they supported it.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm like I did like the Xbox 360. I really did like it, and it'd be stupid for me just to abandon it. But like, you know, now that I really went back to PS3, and then I started buying digital titles there. I think I bought like over 100, and then, God, PS4. I've been solely PS4 this generation. I did buy an Xbox One only because I got it insanely cheap. It was like $125, $150, something like that for an Xbox One S. And I primarily use it as a 4K Blu-ray drive. That's primarily my use, and it plays TV apps great. I do like the Game Pass. There are some games that I don't want to buy that I'll play on Game Pass. I like Gears of War. That was one of the Xbox exclusives I really enjoyed. I kind of like Halo. But like other than that, like,
yeah,
I've been solely PlayStation ever since, and I'm gonna head that way to PS5 as well.
I'm gonna do the same, and I mean I knew with what I knew for a fact, you know, when they did announce it was going to be the Ryzen chips in it. Yes, you can look it up. I knew that this console is going to definitely be bigger than the PS4. My question was,
they're very close in architecture between the two. I think the only difference is like one does a few more teraflops than the other, and then PS5's got this special SSD. I think that's really going to be the only difference. Graphically, I think they're going to be probably on par.
Oh, you're talking about the Series X and this? Oh, yeah.
And the PS5, yes.
Series X actually will have a little bit more powerful graphics actually than the PS5.
You know what?
Slightly teraflop wise, but I don't think you'd notice. At least
they don't have the games to back it up, and that's on Microsoft right now.
Yeah.
And you're looking at another 3DO versus Super Nintendo.
We'll find out July 1st.
3DO boasted that the Super Nintendo and Genesis were kids' toys. And that thing was $700, and it was a flop.
I was about to say they were kids' toys. Yeah, that's because no one could afford $700 bucks back then.
$700 flop. Now there were some good games on the 3DO, such as Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Look it up; it's a great game. But that's the beer talking now.
Yes, that is.
Let's go to the chat here real quick because we're like way behind on chat messages right now.
What do we got?
We have, going all the way back here, Del Griffith, please play Truck Simulator. Don't get on all late and shit.
I can't help that. I'll let you know when I get on. Don't worry. I was on early actually the last time, and I alerted everybody, but no one saw it.
Scales 175 says that the digital games would have to be cheaper than what you could get on the PlayStation for that to work with GameStop. And I think he's 100% correct.
And I don't think they'll be able to do that. They'll take a loss. That's
Same price
pointless.
or cheaper, he said. It's 100. I agree with him 100%.
Yeah.
And the Japanese titles. Shadowcast was talking about PS3. TP Poker's in the house. Hello, gentlemen. How goes it?
Hey, what's up, TP
We've got
Poker?
the TP Poker Nia Jax joke of the week coming up here to end the show here in a few. When we get there. By the way, the show really doesn't have an ending time. It just ends when it ends. That's how it is. You guys got shit you want to talk about? We'll talk. Unless Harmack's wife comes in there and beats him with a shoe and tells him to leave.
It eventually is going to happen, yes.
They kill the Japanese market next to Nintendo, is what Shadowcaster says. I believe that's why Nintendo does so well today. There's a lot to do with that Japanese market. Well,
they do well here in America, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo. Of course, Nintendo does, but I think a lot of their games, of course, come from Japan, so they start there.
Oh yeah.
But they sell well in Japan. I think Switch is like the top-selling console in Japan and has been for the past couple of years.
Oh yeah.
And that's against the PS4, by the way. I think PS4 overall lifetime sales, I think, are more, but I think the Switch is picking up a lot of steam, catching up very quick. And Xbox is just like down here.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. That's the other thing coming out with this new generation. I think, Sony obviously does very well over in Japan, and obviously they're more than likely, just based on reputation, going to do very well over here. But so does Xbox. Xbox does well over here. Xbox does well over here, but they can never seem to do well over in Japan. They seem to just flop over there. And that's been, I think, since the first one, wasn't it? Or was
Xbox
it the 360?
Has never done good in Japan. Period.
Yeah,
They've never done good in Japan. And that's because Japanese gamers, they just don't want American shit, to be quite honest. I think we've looked the other way. We don't care where it comes from. If it's a good game, we'll play it. I think most people feel that way. But I think in Japan, they're like... Now, I heard a fan rumor, and I thought this would be extremely interesting should this ever come true.
What's that?
I swear I'll read the rest of the chat here in a second. But there was a rumor going around a couple weeks ago when Sega had this huge announcement, which turned out to be a Game Gear Mini, which are keychain Game Gears. Terrible idea, but that's for another day. There was a rumor that Sega was going to partner with Microsoft in Japan and use the Xbox branding with a Sega logo on it to sell consoles in Japan. And and they were going to have exclusive like Dreamcast remakes and exclusive Sega titles that Microsoft was going to publish, and they would publish them in Japan under the Sega brand, but they would publish them in the States with Sega and Xbox. Or Microsoft is the brand. Sega would be like essentially an Xbox branded studio. Now this never came true, at least as far as I know. But I'm like, that would be a way for them to save grace in Japan with them to partner with Sega, because then you'd have Sega versus Nintendo versus Microsoft all over again. Versus Sony all over again, I should say.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But anyway,
right now, we just got. I mean. I don't know. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the newer generation coming out. I mean, I know it's going to be. I mean, it really, if anybody thinks, I mean, that it's going to be, under 300 or like under $400 for these things, you're wishful thinking. I'm sorry. The tech that's in it, they got to boost the price a little bit. So my guess though, here's what I'm guessing for the price coming out, at least for the PlayStation. I'm going to guess. If you get the one with the disc, it's going to be anywhere between $5 to $550, and for the digital, $4 to $450.
I think we're going to have this price debate every week until.
Oh, we will until it's actually announced. But that's what I think, because I mean, that would be smart, because it's right in the wheelhouse of what people kind of expect. I mean, you're going to have some people going, "Why isn't it $399?" Well, dude, compared to the PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, which was just literally not even really just a minor upgrade. Hence the reason why we got the PS4 Pro, because actually the processor even in the PS4 Pro isn't as fast as the cell in the PlayStation 3. But the jump that they're making from PS4 Pro to the PS5 is huge compared to, what we've seen. So obviously the price is going to have to be higher. The parts are more expensive now. I mean,
I
but
think personally it's going to be for PlayStation.
What do you think?
This is just my own personal opinion, and it was backed up by Amazon, a leak from Amazon earlier this week. But I've always said this.
I saw that.
I've always said this. I think it's going to be $4.99, $3.99. I think the disc version is going to be $4.99. I think they'll throw in some kind of perk with it, like you buy it, you get what are they doing with GTA? Like 3 months free GTA Online, and maybe like 3 months free of PS Plus or something.
GTA's become the horror of gaming. Yeah,
I think they'll do something like that, and I think it'll have a lesser hard drive than the all digital edition, which will be less, but the all digital edition won't have any other perks. Like you're just going to get the console and the higher hard drive, and that's it. I think they'll give some incentive to people who want the disc drive. Like they'll bundle a game or something. They'll bundle with it to make it more attractive with that $100 more price tag. But I think personally it's going to be $4.99, $3.99.
Yeah, the one thing I think with the disc version that bothers me is that it doesn't have. You would think they would put something bigger than what they've got for a hard drive in there.
Well, remember, we're dealing with SSDs now, so it's more expensive.
I know it is, but here's the thing, though, is that now here's and this is a good question because they never have said anything yet with the digital version. Is it going to be the same hard drive? If that's the case, that's going to suck ass.
It's going to have all of the same equipment and.
Well, I know that. I'm talking hard drive.
No, it's going to have probably a bigger size hard drive. I would expect that. It's an all digital version.
Yeah.
You don't have a disk to install things. You're going to be constantly downloading. So I think it's going to have a bigger size hard drive. I would think. But
you would, yeah.
Now Shadowcaster says bundle it with Spider-Man. Remember, Spider-Man is not going to be a full game. It's going to be like
the DLC.
It's not DLC. It's going to be like a sub. Well, it'll be probably DLC maybe on the PS4 to the current Spider-Man, but it's going to be like a sub game using that same engine, kind of like how Uncharted 4. You had Uncharted 4, and then you had Uncharted Lost Legacy. Lost Legacy was using the same engine. It started off as DLC for Uncharted 4, but then it became its own game. I think that's what you're going to see with Spider-Man.
Well, you want to hear something? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Al.
And it's going to be like half the length of the original Spider-Man game.
You know what I heard? This goes to show you how much more powerful these new versions of Xbox and PlayStation coming out are. You know how when we went from what is this now? We're going into the 8th generation now. We're in the 7th.
Dude, I couldn't tell you. Right? I honestly don't.
I lost count.
Something like that.
All right. Well, let's just say the PS3 generation to PS4. You know how a lot of studios during that time were making games for both. So some people could transition when they felt like it, but they weren't missing out. They wouldn't get all the bells and whistles on the PS3, but they would on the PS4. This one, I've come to find out that Resident Evil 8 was supposed to be released with PS4 and PS5, but PS5 has got such better hardware, they cannot make it run on PS4, so they've shit-canned it. So it's only going to be available on PS5. And you're going to see that happening with a lot of games that originally were announcing. It'll be, double release, PS4, PS5. You're going to see a lot of them going, we can't make it work. It's just this one's too much more powerful.
Xbox is taking a little bit different of an approach here because Xbox, I think, guaranteed 1 or 2 years of you can stay with the original Xbox X if you want. And whatever game you buy, you'll be able to eventually, if you buy it digitally, you can take it over to the Xbox Series X, whatever the fuck it's called, which is cool. But at the same time, see, there's a difference between the two companies. Is you got PS5 who's looking around the horizon. They're looking at things in the future. They're concentrating on other generational games. They're not making developers have to sit there and focus on how's it going to run on the Xbox One X? How's it going to run on the Xbox Series X. They don't have to look at that.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
whereas
Because I mean,
Sony's like, okay, well, it's going to run on PS5. If you make a PS4 port, sure, you know. Will they continue to support PS4? Probably. I could see more games coming out for that for a little bit, but I think that Sony's more interested in looking deeper on, you know.
yeah, no, I think they are, and I mean, because a lot of people are like, well, we're calling, I can't believe that they would do that with this, and I watched this guy on YouTube who was saying, you got to look at it this way: the transition from PS3 to PS4 is literally like going from PS4 to PS4 Pro. I mean, there was a difference, but not huge, Now,
if you look at Final Fantasy VII Remake and other games like that, there is a huge difference in
oh
PS3.
no, and the PS4 you talking about? Yes. Oh yes, there's a difference. Yes, I'm not saying there wasn't, but compared to PS4 Pro to PS5 or Xbox Series X or Xbox One X to Xbox Series X, it's definitely huge. I mean, that would be like going from the PS3 to PS4 Pro. So it's like, or if not even more. So it's like these gaming companies, I think at the time, because they really didn't know how powerful these things were going to be, were like, well, it'll be just like the other generations. We can do this, make it work both ways. But I think they found out that in order to get certain games to run, they would have to take out almost everything that was implemented in 5 to dumb it down for 4, and you would almost get like no anything. So they're like, you know what? It's not worth our time and effort to try and get this damn thing to work here. We're just going to work with 5 and just go with that. And I think unless the game companies have gotten a long way into the game development for 4, and they're thinking about doing 5, I think the ones that were really thinking about platforming them, is that the right word that would be for that?
Yeah.
Then I think, they're going to come to realize that, well, shit, we can do so much more with 5, and if we want to make this work on 4, we're going to lose a lot of what we're trying to show,
My whole thing with PS5 is,
I don't know.
Yeah, every console I've gone into, I'm always like, yeah, I want to see what it's capable of. I want to see a jump. I didn't see that big of a graphical jump in between PS3 and PS4 until recently.
Wasn't. Yes.
But what I want to see now is I want to see a huge graphical jump to PS5, which I think they've pretty much all but shown. But
oh god, yeah.
Would I really like to access my former PlayStation library from the PS3 into PS4 and the digital titles I've bought? Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Would I like to be able to take one of my old PS1 discs off my shelf and play it on my PS5? Yes. So yes. I hope that they're, as much as they're looking forward to the PS5 and they're creating new franchises and new experiences and new tech, I kind of hope they don't forget where they came from.
I hope not too, but the rumors are it's going to be only able to do PS4 discs. That's it.
If it does, that's a bummer, but okay. It's still not going to drive me back to Xbox. At least not as a primary console. They'd have to really fuck up for me to buy an Xbox Sex or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah. No, I got Xbox Sex. I got Shadowcaster talking in here. He says, we're eventually going to hit a graphic ceiling. I mean, we could try different styles, but for realism, I think we're close enough. I don't think so, not yet.
I know I got a hell of a lot of chat messages coming in here too that I have to go through and read. This is crazy.
I got 2 more. That's it from him. It says the ray tracing will sharpen natural lighting. This may be the last console. No, it won't be.
I don't know about that, Harmack. I don't know about that.
I say, well, no, because they're going to come out. Because what's going to happen? They're going to come out with faster stuff. He says that because during the PS5's reveal, those games didn't look that much better than what we have. I disagree. I think they looked a hell of a lot better. Me personally, I mean, but then again, this is also early in this system's life. Like, compared to what we saw on PS4 when it first came out, compared to what we have now, it's, you look back at some of those games. Like, for example, what was the one game I played? Son of a bitch. Oh crap! I can't think of the name of it. Son of a crap. I know, right?
I'm sure, Phil,
I'm
if you
trying.
put some more bits down, Harmack could remember.
Yeah, right. The hell was that? Anyway, if you look back at the games though that did come out early in the PS4's life, and you compare it to now, to the games you're playing now, you'll look at that game and go, "Wow, they have done better." And I think that's what's going to happen with PS5. Now, granted, the graphics cards are getting better all the time. I mean, eventually, yes, you are going to hit a graphics ceiling, but to say that it's like right around the corner, I don't know about that. I mean, shit, I actually thought what the PS4 could do was freaking awesome. I didn't think you could get much better
No,
than
I think
VR.
they're I think it's you're gonna see with the ray tracing and everything happening this upcoming gen. I think it's gonna look way better.
Well, and it's just like if you for example,
Make it quick, cause
play.
I gotta catch this chat up here
All right,
real
all right.
quick.
For example, okay, I'm just going to say this though, technology wise, you can tell how it's been jumping with more and more and more. Take Heavy Rain if you've played it. The characters look wonky. They kind of walk wonky. That's just it looked good, but it's
I
okay.
thought Heavy Rain
Now
looked
jump
really good back in the day.
right,
Though.
but you compare it to Detroit Become Human, and it's a night and day freaking
Yeah.
change
Okay.
because now there's more with the whole motion capture. They've figured out how to do more detail and all that shit, but you're also limited. And I think that the higher that the GPUs get down the line, the more detail they can put into it, is what I'm saying. So I don't know if we've quite hit that ceiling yet, but we are close. You're right. We're close. I just don't know how close.
I'm gonna pick a spot going back and
Pick a
man
spot. Any.
and try to go from there. Let's see. Last of Us was the last game on the PS3. It wasn't the last game on the PS3. It was the
No, it
last.
wasn't the last.
It was the last first party game on the PS3.
Yeah, the AAA game. Yeah.
AAA, yeah, and then PS4 had a remastered edition. Now they're gonna probably do the same on PS5.
Yeah, if you buy it for I'm assuming that if you buy it right now for the PS4, when PS5 comes out, they'll allow you to upgrade
That's
for free or for $5.
I don't even know if they'll do that. I just think they're gonna put a remastered version on the PS5. I think they're gonna do exactly. I think history is gonna repeat itself. They've already just released Last of Us 2 in the last year of the PS4's life, so I think that absolutely they would do that again.
They kind of did that with the PS3, so
I mean, I don't. They maybe charge $59.99 for it. That's partially why I'm waiting.
well, that's kind of why I am too, because obviously, if it's going to take a while when PS5 comes out,
Yeah.
it might take them a year or two. I'm not going to wait that long.
I'm gonna skip down
But-
here a little bit with banter in
Yeah.
the chat here, but Nia Jax's anus is the red ring of death. God,
No, you mean the brown ring of death.
that's yeah. Mickey Poker says, "I'm so excited for the PS5 and the Series X. It's gonna be a great holiday season. It's gonna be an expensive
Oh,
holiday season. Let me correct
it's
you.
gonna be a lot of lines, pushing, shoving, fucking people killing each other over these things. And I'm just gonna sit at home and wait until it all dies down. I am in no rush. I've got plenty to do on the PS4 Pro. I will bide my time and wait, just like I do with every console. I'm not one of those people that needs to sit out there all night and pray to God that I can get it
There
out
it
first
is.
night. Ah, see, eventually.
That's
yeah,
the same way with me too. Like, and then so I can bide my time as well
yeah,
with what I have. Like I have a ton of consoles here and a ton. My backlog. If I played everything in my backlog from start to finish, I'd be busy for the next 2 or 3 years. If it
Yeah.
was every day of my life that I was awake, it would be the next 2 or 3 years. So I've got plenty to do. If it's too expensive or if I can't find one at launch, it's not the end of the world for me. But I'm very interested in the PS5
Oh, I am
again
too.
this time around. TP Poker says 449 and 549 is his estimates, and it'll be a intimate price drop in 6 to 12 months. I think you're talking maybe year 3 on a price drop, dude. I think if it's working for them and they sell a ton, which is what they're rumored to, an analyst says that PS5 is going to completely kill the Xbox One, or at least outsell it.
It may,
If
but
that
I don't.
actually is true, then I do not see a price drop at least for 3 years. 2 years.
I
2
I
years.
honestly don't know what's going to happen here because they are very similar in spec. So
It's gonna
uh,
it
it's
it's
going to
gonna
come
be
down to
close, and
games
it's gonna come down to price. Like and
and
it's
game,
gonna come down to gamers seeing through the smoke and mirrors. And
basic.
I've thought about it. I think I probably know what Xbox will try to do with whatever this Lockhart project is that they're doing, because I think that what they'll probably do when they unveil this Lockhart is it's going to be just either Xbox One X heavily reduced without a DVD drive. And
Yeah,
so you'll get 4K like PS4 Pro type graphics at maybe like 200 or 250, and I think they'll leverage that against whatever the base model PS5 is, the diskless one.
yeah. I see now from the rumors I've been hearing, it's going to have the same processor as the Series X, but the video card is going to be dumbed down. It's going to be,
It'll be like the
I
Xbox
think,
One X. It'll be 4K
it'll be
capable,
actually
but yeah.
it'll be actually less. According to what I've been hearing, it's only going to be 4 teraflops, whereas the
I like how you say,
at-
according to what I've been hearing, like you have some kind of inside source. You got to be
no, I'm
careful
just
saying
been,
that because people here are going to think you have some like
no, I
Microsoft
said
inside
from what
source.
I said it's rumors. I just said from what I've been hearing. I'm not saying that they're fact.
At the local
I'm just saying that
Subways, I heard that some
the
guy
rumor
behind the
going
counter told me.
the rumor going around is that they're going to put a 4 teraflop style graphics processor in there when even the the Xbox One X had a 6. And the reason why is they're saying that the more than likely that the newer processor will take the extra load and it probably won't play in 4K, but it'll play in like 1440p or something like that. Or
Yeah, I think it'll be like PS4 Pro, where it's not true 4K,
yeah,
but it's up. It's up there.
exactly, and it'll probably be just like you said, yeah, without a disc. I'm almost positive it's not going to have a disc.
All right, I'm gonna blaze through these next comments here. So let's just try to read.
Yeah, we
them.
got to get to poker, man.
Got to get to the poker segment. The last Spider-Man game was really good, I guess, but it never came out on PC, so I never got to play it. P-Flux, I still have you on my PlayStation list. Do you know that? I remember when P-Flux added me when PSM was still in its infancy.
I remember that too. I was part of it
P-Flux
too.
added me, and I still have her on my list from way back then. So maybe P-Flux, it's time to buy a PlayStation.
Get in with us, man. Come on, jump in.
Come on, the state of the streams with us. Come on. We always have these social distance parties. Come on.
It's the new norm.
I'm not going to pressure you to talk. You can join and just sit there and listen to everybody else.
Thank you.
Phil
What?
and his 2 more bits.
Jesus, what a douche. Just kidding, Phil.
How dare you donate bits, Phil?
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
I'm almost actually at the end of this can. Like, this is getting near the bottom now.
Oh man.
Let's see. Shadowcaster, right. Build on the existing infrastructure. P-Flux, I don't think PlayStation and Microsoft understand that people love older games. That's the one thing that the PC has on any of these consoles is you've
true.
bought games since early 2000s, late 90s, and you can access those libraries on your Steam, which I've never been a PC guy, though. Like, my PC barely handles Twitch streaming as it is. So I get by. Like, I have a graphics card, but I can play like 360 quality games, you know.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised, especially with this generation and a lot of the, like with PS Now and the Xbox Arcade, I think is what you called it. Isn't that what that's called? Or Pass, Xbox Arcade Pass?
Game Pass.
Game Pass. I think eventually they're going to have probably all the games available for all platforms. Eventually, I never thought they'd have this many games up when they first talked about the PS Now, and they've got a shit ton up there that are just like, wow. I mean, they even like have some older school games already.
I do like the Xbox Game Pass. Like, they have some newer. That's how I played the Outer Worlds, was through the Game Pass.
Yeah.
I would buy that on PS4 just to get the trophies, because that's all that matters to me, really. But
Right.
like, I did want to play the game, so I played it on the Game Pass. I played Golfing with Friends, or whatever it's called, that just came out on the Game Pass. Oh man, someone's tuned in that I know very well, and I just got a text from him.
Oh man.
Steeper spy.
Oh boy.
You know he's gonna get in on this argument.
Oh yeah. No, I honestly do see though eventually that I think you will be able to play your old games. It'll just be digital or cloud based though.
I think they need to make that a priority though. I think it's good to look on the horizon for newer games and newer franchises and to boost the graphics up. But yeah, I would love to be able to get my entire PS3 library on my PS5 or my PS4 library over there because I have a ton of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love my PS2 and 3 actually. Well, 3 more, but
yeah,
there's a lot of PS2 games I really liked. That, granted, they are uploading. They do have some on PS now. There's a limited quantity, but they're slowly adding more. I mean, I really think that down the line, in the next couple of years, I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up with the whole library list there of games or at least close to it. I mean, because obviously I think these companies do realize that older games are still very popular, and if they can figure out a way to make a buck from it just by you subscribing to the service just to play the older games, that's money in their pocket.
All right, let's get to the rest of these.
Sure, go for it.
Here. I don't think PlayStation and Micro. Okay, we read that one. They already forgot. That is from Steeper Spy, aka Adam Bond 1011. He's the closet Microsoft fanboy that owns a PlayStation now. TP Poker, hey honey, you want to have Xbox sex? No. TP Poker segment is coming up here real soon, guys. We're gonna get to that here in just a minute. We're gonna close out this discussion. P Flux's Wasteland got remastered and is still selling on Steam for $15, and that's probably pure profit. The game came out in 1985. You'd be surprised. The Doom games,
oh my god,
they just threw into a collection and they're selling them for like $10.
Oh, they threw them on PS4.
And Doom 64, which never came out for anything else, is being sold as well for $5. And that's just money in Bethesda's pocket or whoever. I think Bethesda owns id now. No, id made the games, but Bethesda owns id now.
Okay.
They bought them like several years ago, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. They did. Yep.
And let's see. Yeah, P-Flux says all games are on my PC. And then Steeper Spy, aka Adam Bond 1011. You can get the whole library. They will remaster every game again and sell it to you for $59.99.
They won't sell. It won't be that expensive.
You can't blame that on Sony. You blame that on every company that does that.
Yeah,
how many companies have remastered games and then sold them for $59.99? Square Enix has done it time and time again. How many remastered Final Fantasy 10-2s have they released now? PS3, PS4, PS Vita, Switch, Xbox One.
Of course.
What is that, 5? PC, 6?
But here's the other thing that I think a lot of people don't understand when it comes to the older games too, is that it's not up to Sony. Sony would probably do it in a heartbeat. It's up to the publisher if
it's a cash cow. Sure, yeah, it's a cash cow for any of them.
Yeah,
I purchased Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 about 4 times, dude. I got Kingdom Hearts on PS2 in shrink wrap because I never opened it on PS2, and then I'm like, okay. And then they had that collection on PS3, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna buy it on PS3. And so I bought it. I opened that one for whatever reason and installed it. I think we played a little bit of it, me and my wife. Never finished it. And then PS4, bought it again, still in shrink wrap. So I probably bought it about 3 times.
Yeah.
And never end up finishing it.
Yeah. Well, we've all done that. I mean, shit. Because you want to play it on
a lot of remasters I'm fine with. I love Final Fantasy 12. I love that game on the PS2. I thought the remaster was perfect because now I can play the same game, same as the international version they released in Japan that had the perks and ability to change your classes and everything, which in the original PS2 one you could not. Once you picked one, you were stuck. But
actually, the PlayStation's version of the Zodiac Age, you cannot.
No, you can now. That they just updated.
The one I was doing, you couldn't.
They just updated that because the Switch port had that option. And
yes,
the PC
that
port
was the one.
also had that
Yeah.
option.
Exactly. So that's what fucked me over. Goddamn.
Yep. All right. We're going to go ahead and get to the TP Poker Nia Jax Joke of the Week.
Oh boy.
And so this will come with a vote at the end here. He says it's going to be a good one, but first what I want to do is recap TP Poker's current jokes of the week. and because he's put some doozies out on Harmack's stream. So let me load that one up, and then we will do exactly what we did earlier, play those, and then we'll have a poll at the end, and you can, I guess, be the judge of that. I can't figure out if it's storming outside or what. Like, I hear a bunch of ruckus outside. I think it's storming. Anyway, all right, let's go to... All right, here we go. This is TP Jax. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And this one's done. That one's done. TP Poker's Nia Jax joke. This is from June 15th. Crank that up here and we'll hit play.
In sex ed class, instead of handing out condoms, they hand out Nia headshots. LMAO.
Nia Jax, the secret to teaching young kids.
In sex ed class, they hand out Nia Jax headshots instead of condoms.
I still like my comment as actually they use that to teach kids abstinence.
Don't forget, he's got a Nia Jax joke tonight. That he's gonna drop here in just a few minutes. Okay. Are you ready for the second one here?
Yeah, let's go. Let's hear it.
All right, let me put this back up here. Sorry, it just takes me a long time to transition for whatever reason here. All right. This is Nia Jax joke on 6/18 called Pasta. I'm just gonna play it. This one's ridiculous. I really like this one.
That's about it. That's all that's in here.
If Nia Jax was Italian, she'd be a prostitute. I have a very good friend in Rome called Biggest Dickus.
Got it.
LMAO.
Wow.
Oh man, that prostitute one is gold.
If Nia Jax was Italian, she'd be a prostitute.
Prostitute.
That is so stupid.
All of a sudden, Elle says in the chat, "Prostitute."
Dude, I had like the rest of. Oh, my mic is falling. I had the rest of my Monster that I was drinking, and it just I spit it out. Like when I heard that joke, I was like, "That is so stupid." Yet so
It was
funny.
really good. It was really good. Oh my god.
Nia Jax would be a prostitute if she was Italian. So dumb.
Oh, Poker, you're the best. Swear to God.
That's Poker's 2 jokes going into this. Can Poker?
Yes.
Can Poker do it? Can he get a third? Can he get the Nia Jax joke of the week here? Poker, whenever you're ready, throw out your this week's joke.
Doesn't he have a bumper?
Oh no. Oh, don't tell me my audio went out. It said lost sound, can't hear you. Let me look it up.
No, I'm hearing you. I've got the stream going right now.
Good. Yeah, I just okay, good. I was making sure. I can hear you. Okay. Don't scare me like that, guys. I've had mic trouble all week. I just had to replace it with tray loader here.
No, this one's been...
Don't scare me like that, guys.
This one's been flawless.
This one's too good. Okay, now we can hear. Because my mic literally just fell off the... I have to tighten the screw back here because it keeps trying to fall. Alright, TP Poker, whenever you're ready with your joke. I'll go back and read the chat here. It says, joke of the week should be a good one. TP Poker says, at AdamBond1011, what about the people that don't have the game? That's true, because a lot of people may not have came up in the PS2 era when some of these games came out. You know?
Yeah.
You didn't buy Kingdom Hearts then, did you? Oh, you know what? TP Poker's right. He's expecting his intro.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, here we go. Here's the...
Come on, man. Get your head out of your ass.
I'm sorry. Somebody made me drink a platinum for bits here, Phil. All right, here we go. Nia Jax joke of the week. There we go. All right. Give us the joke, TP Poker. I almost forgot he had an intro for a second there. I can only, by the way, I can only play like 3 seconds of that because they will. I already got a copyright notification on YouTube from the last day of the streams.
But is that a copyrighted song?
It's the Nia Jax intro.
Oh, I thought it was
hit me
just
with, not a strike, but it was like a ding. Like I can't make money off that video.
Yeah.
They said. All right. What did Nia Jax tell her boyfriend before their first time having the sex?
Having the sex. Oh God.
Having the sex.
Having the sex.
Okay.
Okay,
Nia
we gotta
Jax
wait for him. We're
tell
gonna
her
wait.
boyfriend. The first slit is my gut. You go too far south and you'll be in deep shit.
Okay, that's really good. Oh. I have to admit, that was good. That was really good.
So you know what we have to do, Harmack, right?
Yeah, time to bring it up to a vote.
Time to bring it to a poll. Which Nia Jax joke was your favorite?
Oh, man. Oh, so good.
Type 1, 2, or 3.
Do they know which joke is which?
Well, it's the ones I played earlier.
Oh, okay. All right. I gotta go over to your page.
1, 2, or 3. Type them in the chat now. I should put an option that says I don't like any of them, nerd. Like we had before.
Yeah, like, who the or just put his number 4. Who the fuck is TP Poker?
I should do that.
Who's this loser?
Who the hell is TP Poker?
Who the hell is this loser?
Why does this guy get a segment on your show? Who the fuck is he? Every week we should have like a random fourth answer, like. All right, I gotta vote too. I gotta vote as well. I'm gonna, dude.
I popped in and voted.
Dude, I have to say, I'll say it at the end here. We got about another minute or two here.
Oh, we got a tie going here.
Yeah, we got a tie. So somebody's got to unbreak the tie. If you're tuned in, you gotta vote. Come on, Del Griffith, get in there, man. Del Griffith's probably out in his flower garden with the stream going on.
Come on. Or
I didn't see. Did Phil throw a vote in there yet? I didn't see Phil vote either. It's real simple, guys. You type 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, and that will go to the tally. We've got 6 votes so far.
Come on, just one more.
We need one more to break this tie. Somebody who's not voted needs to
Who's
type
gonna be
a
the
number.
asshole at 1?
Yeah, don't type 1. Do not put in number 1. I mean, we could end in a tie, and
I think it could.
And it would make
They
sense.
both were equally good.
yeah, I don't know, man. I think there was a clear winner here. I think there was a clear winner. All right, and with that, oh wait, we got a vote. We got a we got a last minute one that came in here for 2,
Whoa.
for number 2 from Atom Bomb.
Oh.
All right. Pause, damn you. Okay, here we go. So let's end the poll here. And all right. With 57%, the pasta
The prostitute.
the prostitute joke has won.
Oh man. Oh, it's too good.
So stupid. I voted for the prostitute joke. I thought that was.
So did I.
I thought that was
that
funny.
was the funniest, but I did think that this one he did today was good too.
You put. I have a lot of material. This is a great segment. That's why I put it on the show.
Hell yeah.
That's why we put it on the show here, because it is a great segment. Anyway, we're supposed to have Scales on, I think, for an interview, but I'm probably gonna have to push that to next week.
All right.
I'm sure Scales will understand, because we're already at 10:50 right now. Man, this is a long show. We got on all that.
This is a long show.
We got on all that PS3 360 talk.
Yep.
But I guess I'll leave that question with everyone for next week. Like, what was your during not the current gen we're in now, but the past gen? What was your favorite system and why? Did you prefer the Xbox 360 or did you prefer the PS3? And why did you prefer them? And also the other question.
Yeah, the other one, which was basically out of games that you've played, which ones we were going to do for Christmas, but just games in particular that you've gotten that you played it and just told yourself, I'm not playing this piece of shit ever again.
Yeah, it could have been a game you purchased, a game you were gifted.
Yep.
You know, it could have been anything. Like I got a ton of these. I got a ton of these games. And some of them are
3-part episode.
Yes, this next week's could be a long show as well.
And that's just for Al's answer.
Yep. All right, guys, we're gonna leave it at that. If you have not done so yet, please hit the follow button on the channel. It definitely does help us out. Thank you to everyone who gave bits tonight. I want to say a special thank you to the Shadowcaster, formerly known as Psycho Chips. There it is. I'm sure Phil woke up there in his drunken stupor. Special thank you to Psycho Chips, aka Shadowcaster, for donating your 510 bits. For Phil, awesome, who donated several bits to get through this stupid Bud Light Platinum can. You're an asshole. Thank you for everybody who's tuned in and joined us live, who stayed the entire show. Psycho tits. And we'll be back on Monday. I'll be streaming the rest of Infamous 2. Hopefully getting a platinum sometime next week in that game. Harmack will be back with Days Gone. Hopefully not getting killed by an emo bear.
Right.
And then, I don't know what... I have to figure out what game I'm moving on after that, so...
Also, don't forget, follow Harmack1 while you're at it. We're on this together.
Please give a follow to Harmack1. He's also streaming through this channel. Tonight, it's a co-stream, and he'll be back on Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern with more Days Gone. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Next week, I swear we'll have some type of outro music. I don't have one today.
Stay safe, guys.
Stay safe, guys, and thanks for watching, as always.
Peace.